If you want to know more about Apple's new Vision Pro virtual reality headset, you come to the right place, because I know a lot about virtual reality headsets, and I also had the last, I would say, major product that Apple released that was revolutionary. I had the very first iPhone back in the day, before there were even third-party apps on it. So I know quite a lot of stuff about VR, AR, and Apple when it comes to releasing new products. And I want to let you know in this video what you can expect from the new Vision Pro, because there's going to be some pros and there's going to be some cons as well. And I think the PSVR2 reality headset is an incredible place to start, because this is much more similar than it might appear to the Apple Vision Pro than you might think at first glance, because this is also kind of a VR AR headset. This has pass-through vision, so it has 4 infrared cameras here, and when you put this on, you can actually look in the world outside you. Now, there's no games as of yet that really use that functionality, but they could do. And that is what really Apple have focused on with their Vision Pro headset. They have marketed it as an AR headset. Don't be fooled, by the way, by some of the videos. You cannot look straight through the Apple headset with your eyes. It is going to use cameras on the outside and then show you on a screen inside what's going on outside. That brings us on to the first con. There is likely to be some degradation in quality, obviously, from what you can see with your real eyes versus what is going to be relayed to you through a camera. There is going to be a slight bit of latency. The colors aren't going to be exactly the same. You won't have sort of the natural HDR of light and blur and these sort of things. You might not be able to make out fine details of mist or dust or these sort of things. That will be lost. There's also a weird way that these cameras work, where basically when you turn your head, the cameras sort of struggle to keep up with the gyro sometimes. So it's going to be a little bit unusual. I don't want you to be tricked by that. What you see on the outside is actually a screen. So the Apple Vision Pro has a screen on the outside that relays what they want you to show from your eyes. So it's not actually showing your eyes, but it's sort of a representation of your eyes. As I drop my iPhone there. So this is something that I think you should be aware of. It is an AR headset, but the PSVR2 is an AR headset as well, and it comes with some incredible games that you can play. Whereas the Apple Vision Pro headset is not going to play console quality games. You're going to have sort of like the Apple Arcade, iPhone-esque games. So is that going to be an issue for the Apple headset? The other thing is going to be the price, by the way. The price of the Vision Pro headset from Apple is going to be $3,500. Whereas this is about $500. People say this is very, very, very expensive, but you could get 7 of these for the price of one Apple Vision Pro headset. So it is coming out very, very, very expensive, and it's going to come out in early 2024 as well. Now, the iPhone I wanted to bring here and show you, because when I had the very, very first iPhone, there was pretty much no third-party support. This is going back to about 2007. So you had an app store, but it was all really Apple apps. You didn't have the vast library of third-party apps. So what is the third-party support going to be like on the Apple Vision Pro? I think it's going to be a little bit of a problem, because it's such a niche device. At $3,500, it's only going to be real enthusiast consumers who are going to be able to buy it. By the way, let me know in the comments if you're thinking of buying one, or businesses. And I have to say, with the businesses, I think there's going to be quite a lot of pushback by employees at this Apple headset, because it looks, frankly, like a medical device. I mean, even this headset, what Sony have done, and I've got here the lineage of Sony. Here's the VR1 headset. Here's the VR2. They kind of look like fairly inoffensive headsets, right? The Apple Vision Pro, the irony is, by trying to make it more sort of friendly and intuitive and having the screen that shows your eyes, I think it actually looks a little bit sort of Minority Report, like overbearing, you know, corporate-y. And I struggle to see mass adoption of this in businesses. Obviously, Microsoft have tried with their HoloLens. There's been some application of that sort of stuff in the military. But frankly, if you're watching this and you work for a company, would you be happy if your company mandated you to wear an Apple Vision Pro? It's probably not going to be great for your eyesight. I'm someone that I make YouTube videos all day, every day. I'm in my VR headsets quite a lot. It's not great for your eyes. They are going to do one thing though, which I think is very, very, very cool. You might have missed it. So if you wear glasses and you're wondering, how am I going to wear this Apple Vision Pro headset? They are going to be doing custom lenses like this, magnetic custom lenses, which will snap onto the inside of the AR headset. So if you don't want to wear your glasses inside, you can just have your prescription lenses and then you won't have to wear any glasses at all. You just go in and it's like you've got glasses inside the headset. That's going to be great. That's a nice touch. But I honestly think the headset, from a looks perspective, is just too much. This doesn't look too different from the first iPhone. The first iPhone was a little bit rounder. It was silver, has sort of like a split bottom here, but it looks pretty much the same, this. And the concept was, on the front you had a massive screen. I remember doing design classes before the iPhone came out, and there were some people I worked with inside knowledge, and they were trying to explain to me what the iPhone was going to be, and they were drawing on whiteboards to say, look, it's a screen and you can touch it and move everything. And I was like, I don't really understand, because it was so far removed. Every other phone at that time pretty much had a keyboard as well. But it was a concept that just stuck. 10-point multi-touch, the screen, and now if you go on a train or a plane or anywhere where you're around a lot of other people, you will see everyone on a smartphone like this. You are not going to see that with the Apple Vision Pro. It is not going to have that same mass adoption. It's very much a niche product, and if you look at Apple with the iPhone, and then arguably the tablet wasn't quite as sensational, although they'll try and say it is. Same with the Apple Watch, not quite as sensational, not quite as essential. And even here, I think we're going even further down with the Vision Pro. So they do have a lot of interesting features to be able to resize everything. But frankly, I just cannot see this getting the mass adoption. I want to be really brutally honest here, because it's not a sponsored video or anything. I think Apple have probably spent so much money on this in their research and design, they just frankly have to release it in the same way that Facebook has to, Meta have to progress with their, metaverse stuff when no one's really that interested. It's the same with this. I don't think anyone's going to be that interested in it, to be honest. Let me know in the comments if you disagree. But when you go from something like this, revolutionary, like the iPhone, to something as niche as an AR headset that costs $35,000 for a headset, that is absolutely insane. Does anyone need to be spending that amount of money in their life? I really don't think so. I don't think anyone is going to be able to get the benefits of the headset and say, yeah, that's going to be worth $3,500. I think it's pretty crazy. I've looked over all the materials. I've looked at the specs. It's going to have a 2-hour battery life. Otherwise, you're going to need to keep it tethered. Again, with the iPhone, they did not compromise. They got this out without any compromise. But here, they've had to compromise. You will have to tether it. And yes, both of the headsets here I have a tethered, but they also don't cost $3,500. So they haven't been able to, or the advantage in lithium-ion battery technology have not progressed fast enough for them to be able to get this to have a meaningful, let's say, all-day battery life. I mean, when you look at people actually wearing it, they look ridiculous, and I'm a tech advocate. I look ridiculous here with my headset and my racing stuff, and I've got a steering wheel here you can't really see. But even for me, this is like utterly ridiculous. I think you'll see people wearing it in the Apple app stores in cities around the world, but I really struggle to see people adopting this. So those are my insights from having a VR headset. Let me know if you want to see more insights from me, maybe comparisons. They are going to have actual 4K screens in the Apple Vision Pro headset, but by the way, when you have a 4K screen that close in front of you, it doesn't feel like a 4K screen. It feels like a 1080p screen. So it's going to have higher resolution than the PSVR2, but it's going to be so close to your face, you're not going to perceive it as high quality as a 4K screen a couple of meters away from you. So that's really worth bearing in mind. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see me do around the Apple Vision Pro. Do you actually want to see me go to America and get one for the channel and then do all sorts of testing? Let me know. I will see you. I'll see you next time. Check out these other videos as well.